Hello, welcome along. Nigel here with you, Nigel's Modelling Bench, and here we are with the second review of the little haul I bought back from Avon IPMS show in Thornbury near Bristol. So if you've got one of these, this is the Airfix Stolly, you'll know that there's a couple of little issues that a lot of people aren't happy with the kit. The main thing is the sink marks and everything, but that can be dealt with. That's not a big issue. The other issue is I've heard some people call it toy-like. I don't think it's one little bit toy-like. I think certain areas have been simplified, which I would have preferred to have not been simplified, i.e. moulded on windscreen wipers. You know, when Airfix have, in their last few productions, have given us clear windscreens with no wipers and windscreens with wipers, which gives you the option. I don't know why they didn't do it on this one. It wouldn't have been a lot of money on the tooling, and it would have been points of pennies on cost of material in the moulding. So yeah, they could have easily given us flat panels. Saying that, you could easily cut your own flat panels and then glue them in, or you could indeed remove these and then polish the clear parts. But then you see you'll have no wipers to replace them with. What I wish Airfix had done, which all other manufacturers would have done, is given us separate wiper blades. But it is what it is, and that's that. No doubt somebody is going to do something on the aftermarket, and I'm sure they will sell many sets. The other thing that personally I'm not too happy with is these moulded on grills. I think they're very simplified, and in real life they are very fine, and they are very see-through. So, and they're always stood on and bent about and everything. The other thing I'm not happy with personally on this kit is the clear part that's used to represent the mesh that goes over the exhaust, but I'll come back to that in a second. There's also the grills as well. There's protective grills that go over the front headlights, and they've been made solid, which is a bit, I don't understand why. So anyway, Inside the Armour have come to the rescue. This is Inside the Armour 3. Taking the hard work out of super detailing. You can go to the Inside the Armour website, which is there, insidethearmour.com, all one word, okay, or there's also some health and safety stuff you can read there. Be very careful with this material. Or you can go to eBay. They sell on eBay as well. It's a little bit more expensive, but if you want to use the, maybe you feel better buying through eBay, I don't know, whatever, but there you go. So basically, I went to the IPMS show yesterday, and I forgot to ask the guy's name. I was having a good old chat to him, and I said I'd ordered some stuff on eBay, and he said, well, do you want to take it now? So I took it now. So here we have, here's the mask set. So he's done a set of masks. You've got masks in here for the windscreen, masking around the wipers and everything, and you've got the side windows, and you've also got masks for the lights. So that's really good. You can see on there what you've actually got in the set. So I won't open it now because it's very difficult to review masks. It's very difficult to see. It looks like they're probably vinyl, which I prefer masking tape, but it doesn't matter when they're flat. I prefer masking tape because it goes in contours a lot better than vinyl. But these are all just flat windows, so it doesn't really matter what material they're made of. So, but as you can see, masking off around those wipers on there will prove to be pretty tricky. If you haven't already seen it, go and see part 11, and you'll see how I got these windows looking like they're part of the model rather than stuck in with shiny chrome edges and stuff. So basically in here we've got two sets. He didn't have the interior set there with him. I haven't actually ordered the interior set, so that was lucky. You can see on this one, first thing you notice is it's got shiny areas on it. It's either the material they use to cure it, or it's I'm not sure what it is, but I generally just wipe it over with a bit of IPA to get rid of it. But it's very slightly sticky. It might be uncured resin, I'm not sure, but leave it in the sun for a couple of days, which there is none today. Don't leave it in the sun at 33 degrees because it'll probably all just melt. But yeah, give it some daylight and it'll cure. I'll put it on the windowsill, and it will help to finish it curing if that's the case. I do know that he's absolutely snowed under. He did say that, so he's got like a week lead time on stuff at the moment because this is all proving to be so popular. So I'm not going to remove any of this from the frame at the moment. You'll have to come back and watch the build for that. And there's also some parts here I'm not going to use. So for example, these tools I've already fitted to the model, but you can see how those tools are lovely. That shovel is, you can see the stem, the shaft of the shovel. You can compare that to the kit part and you can see how much difference there is, even though the size of the shovel head's the same. I may actually lever them off and use them because I'm going to have to get another set for my second one. We've also got in here, we've got the propulsion units for the amphibious bit, and the kit parts are okay, but these look a lot nicer. You've got the veins down the side are far more pronounced on here. They're also see-through. You can see they're hollow. I hadn't noticed that. You can see they're hollow. So if you can see better on that one, you can see if I can find something to put behind it in there. You can see through the vents. So I probably will break these away. I just put some more cement on there, lever them off, and then glue these on. These beautiful light guards for the front. You can see them there, and they've got the support as well that goes behind. Here's the light guards in the kit. There is absolutely no comparison whatsoever. And then on here we've got the antenna stands, the antenna bases. There's 3 of those there. Okay, and then here we've got the little fire extinguishers, and as you can see on the top of these have some detail on them. The kit ones are here and they really do lack detail. So luckily I've only fitted the internal ones, which don't matter because they can't really be seen anyway. So I've got the external ones to go on. I think is there a couple to go here, there's a couple to go in there. I mean, there's a couple on the roof. I'm not sure, I can't remember now, but there's a couple to go somewhere else on here. So we've got 4 of those in there, we've got 4 with the kit, so we'll definitely be using those. And for me, the main part of this set is this mesh. So you can see this is the clear plastic part. It's made of 3 pieces. And what they've done is, I think the objective is you dry brush this and the clear bits will show through. But you can see how thick it is. It's very, very thick, and it's just not really, well, I can make that way in case I drop the model. That's going to fit on there like that. Yeah, like that. So you can see it's, I started looking and I thought, no, I can't. I want to build this out of the box, but I cannot use that. I cannot do it. I just can't. I just can't. So I went for this. I was going to use a piece of photo etch, but then I thought I'll show you something that you all can all do. You go and buy this, or there will be photo etch sets with that in. But you can see that 3D printed one is absolutely gorgeous when you compare it to this thing. You know, it's gorgeous. So that's going to be really nice. So what I have to do here is paint the inside of that first. I'm going to paint the inside of this area here, and then go in with the what's it called? I've got it. I call it corrosion. It's got a special name. It's a Warhammer paint, a Citadel paint you put on, and it gives that rusty, rough look to it and everything. So that's what I'm going to use in there, and then we just pop that grill on with a little drop of super glue, and that'll be that. I probably won't need to mask the pipes. We'll just make sure we steer clear of it when we put the green paint on. And then finally in this one we've got hatches, and as you can see there's 4 hatches. Now these have got a double bonus to them. The kit hatches have these ejector pin marks in them, which are horrible. Excuse me a second. Okay, sorry about that. That was Kevin talking Fiat 131s. Right, so yeah, we've got 4 hatches. And as I say, there's a double bonus to these. One is the fact that these are quite simplified, and they've got these 2 great big ejector pin marks in them. But also, I found out yesterday from the gentleman who makes all this stuff, there are 2 different types of closing mechanisms. And as you can see, this one here has got like a sort of T handle that you pull down, and this one here has got like a big, what looks like a strap. So apparently this is the early one and this is the late one. So it'd be interesting to see it, especially if you're having them open, because they look a lot more to scale, as you can see there, and they look a lot better. In fact, what I can do here is if I grab a pair of cutters, what we'll do is I won't remove it all the way around the corner. I don't know how long it's going to be till I use these, but what we'll do is cut that away there, that away there. You can see this is how we get into these frames. It's easy with a pair of cutters. You can see the detail on there now. And if I get this cotton bud and just wipe over this, you can see this will come away. So I'll just put it in the daylight. So you can see the difference there. We've got the handle there, and we've got the strap hanging down there. So so there we go. That's the exterior set, and that is currently running at about £15. I think it's £16 on eBay, just to cover his fees, but it's £15 on the website. And then this one, the roof, this is actually only £12. Now, this roof, as you can see, comes with the light, and it has the integral bulb inside there, and it has the little hinges there for the hatches, which are much, much finer. We'll have a look at the kit part in a minute. And then as you can see across the back here, we've got this cutout. Now, I'm not going to take this one out because I'm not going to be using this until I build my next model. I'm not going to hack this about just to fit this. Yeah, we'll worry about that later on. But what would be nice, if I could just buy those grills, I would actually cut those grills off and glue these on. But maybe I'll have a word with him, see if he's got one that's failed on the light or something, or broken. I could just have the grills. But yeah, you can see it's absolutely lovely. We've got the little areas there on the back, which are much, much finer. They're little sort of tie downs. And as you can see on the kit, they're a solid lump of plastic. This is where injection moulding fails against all other processes. But you can see in there, we've got that little cap in the center. There's the little cap in the center there. And then we've got, on the inside, we have no ejector pin marks, obviously. We've got these lovely fine grills. You can see some white deposits in there. I can only assume that's from the rinsing solution. And then behind there, in between the roof and the mesh there, we've got the roof spoiler thing that's what I call it, this thing here. So very, very nice indeed. So if you've got a kit with pretty bad sig marks in the roof, then it might be worth getting this one. You've also got the different antenna bases, remember, with this set. So you don't have to use the plastic parts. I mean, the plastic parts are actually okay, but the 3D printed ones are probably a lot more accurate. Yeah, they've got the wing nuts on the side, so these don't have that clearly. So that's what makes them nice. You can see, yeah, that's lovely. So there we are. So go and take a look at the inside the Armour website. Have a look at these. As I say, there's also an interior set which looks very, very nice. Obviously, I haven't bought that because I don't really need it on this one. But there is something else coming along which I am very, very keen to get my hands on as soon as it's ready. But there we go. So yeah, very, very nice indeed. Beautifully packaged and lovely, lovely chap. Very, very interesting to talk to. Had a very long conversation with him about various different subjects. And yeah, very much worth a look. Very much worth your £15. Your finished model will really, especially in an area as visible as that there and that grill, you know, your model will absolutely jump with just having those two bits on. Okay, so thank you for watching. I will see you all soon. Bye for now. I'm just thinking what I might do is cut those off and use those as a size pattern and make these out of photo etch and just glue them on. Just sort of put a little edge on them or something, or put a couple of pins on the back just to raise them off the surface, because that really does look pretty naff. Anyway, I'll see you all soon. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.